The transmission is falling out. This town is just a pile of trash left out in the midday sun. My old man says I'm wasting air. I tell him he's just wasting space. The radiator starts to hiss. I do not care if we break down. Go, go, go. Put the pedal through the floor. No, no, no. Don't look in the rear view glass. This road is all I ever learned. One long line of bad mistakes. Burning gas to feel alive, just to find a place to ride right beside you. Simple ways to break a heart. Driving till the tires pop. You are sleeping in the bucket seat, drooling on your denim vest. We tried to make the system work, but the system is a rusted cage. I sold the box for gas money. The screen was full of ugly lies. We got no map and no intent, just a heavy foot and shaky hands. Go, go, go. Put the pedal through the floor. No, no, no. Don't look in the rear view glass. Maybe there is nothing left past the edge of this county line. Maybe we are just two ghosts haunting every exit sign. Don't look back now. Don't look back now. The asphalt is the only truth. Way to stay. Tractors idling by the fence line. Sun's dropping like a lead weight. Dad says the world's wider than this. Hands me a choice and a full tank. Keep the truck or take the train. I'm digging in where the roots run deep, living loud in the quiet of the pines. Digging in deep. Got no want for a different life. Trade the noise for the sound of the wind. We're the ones who hold the line, plant our boots and stay right here. Watch the trucks roll toward the interstate, hauling spirits to the factory floors. Give me the grit of a gravel road, underneath the sky that don't ever end. I'd rather sweat from my own name. I'm digging in where the roots run deep, living loud in the quiet of the pines. Digging in deep. Got no want for a different life. Trade the noise for the sound of the wind. Sound of the wind, of the wind. We're the ones who hold the line, plant our boots and stay right here. They call it progress to leave it behind. Turn turning your back on the red clay. But I see the truth in the timber, and I see the soul in the struggle. I'm digging in where the roots run deep, living loud in the quiet of the pines. Sound of the wind, we're the ones who hold the line, plant our boots and stay right here in the dirt. Hold the line where I belong, stay right here. '73 and still burning, red dirt thick on the glass. Grandpa bought this frame new, iron groaning in the heat, rolling on these busted springs, hauling more than just the load. Got my old man's hands gripping tight on the wheel. Toolbox rattling in the back, oil soaking into the floor. Shifted hard into third, kicked the gravel off the boots, rolling on these busted springs, hauling more than just the load. Got my old man's hands gripping tight on the wheel. Sun sinking behind the ridge, tires biting into the grave. No rest for the working man, no rest, just the road and the rust. Rolling on these busted springs, hauling more than just the load. Got my old man's hands gripping tight on the wheel. Oh, keep it moving, don't let the weight win. Sun ain't even cracked the ridge yet, boots crunching on the frozen red clay. Iron heavy as a dead man's secret, I'm digging out the stones for the gate. Hair is sharp enough to cut the lawns, but the work is how I name my days. How I name my days. It's red round here and it's in the bone. Hard labor is the only thing that stays. Pulling a living from the silt and stone, born to the grease and the dusty ways. Hands are mapped with scars and old grease, truck bed rattling down the washboard road. Ain't no rest for the weary or the broke, just the heavy weight of a cedar load. I don't look mercy in the clouds. I find it in the sweat on my shirt. In the sweat on my shirt. Grandfather's name is carved in the porch. I'm just the one keeping the fence wire tight, sowing the labor and the winter seed, waiting on the peace of the falling light. The soil don't care about my name, it only knows the bite of the plow. It's red round here and it's in the bone. Hard labor is the only thing that stays, pulling a living from the silt and stone, born to the grease and the dusty ways. Washing the mud off in the zinc sink, lower back aching with an honest pride. Shut the door on the cold mountain wind. The day is done and the soul is right. The soul is right. Sitting where the bank gives way, red silt staining my fingernails. The Ocmulgee don't ask for permission, it just takes the dirt it wants. It takes what it wants. Down in Bibb County, the heat stays thick, the heat stays thick, like a wet wool blanket on my neck. I watch a plastic bottle bobbing past, headed for the coast I'll never see. Water moves like a heavy secret, drowning out the sound of the mill. The land is scarred and my back is bent, but the river keeps on rolling still. It's rolling still. My old man worked the coal in mines, white dust in his lungs like flour. He said, the earth don't give nothing back unless you bleed for an hour. Unless you bleed. Now I'm standing in his worn out boots, watching the water carve a new path. History is just a pile of driftwood, caught in the branches of a fallen oak. Of a fallen oak. Water moves like a heavy secret, drowning out the sound of the mill. The land is scarred and my back is bent, but the river keeps on rolling still. The baptisms and the chemical runoff, it all goes down the same pipe. I heard the preacher say God is love, but the current don't have a heart. It's just gravity and no momentum. Water moves like a heavy secret, drowning out the sound of the mill. The land is scarred and my back is bent, but the river keeps on rolling still. Just keep on rolling. The red clay stays, the man decays. The heavy oak desk, scratch the floor by the entrance. You said it looks like lightning, I just need to sit down. Maybe open a window. The street is finally quiet. Quiet now. This is the only well. This is the only well. Salt and the water. This is the only well. Salt and the water. 10 years in these boots, the leather is finally soft. You're wearing my old shirt. You're wearing my old shirt, the one with the small hole. Your hair is turning gray. I think I like it more. We have nothing in the bank, but the radiator is warm. Radiator is warm. This is the only well. This is the only well. Salt and the water. This is the only well. Salt and the water. This is the only well. This is the only well. Salt and the water. This is the only well. Salt and the water. Still here. Dreadnought guitar strumming, slow thumping kick drum, a distorted slide guitar wails low. Drop the sledge by the side gate, my palms are torn and raw. Left that heavy heat behind and the hunger of the saw. Tossed my boots in the truck bed, ignition clicked and car. Leaving every debt I owe and every fight I fought. Gravel biting at the rubber, heading where the pavement ends. Tracing every old mistake around these river bends. Way back home. Yeah, I'm finding what I lost somewhere in the red clay dust. The Chevy belonged to my old man. It smells like pine and sweat. He told me once the hill country is the only peace you get. Past the graveyard by the creek, saw his name carved in the stone. Wondered if he felt this light when he was driving all alone. Gravel biting at the rubber, heading where the pavement ends. Tracing every old mistake around these river bends. Way back home. Yeah, I'm finding what I lost somewhere in the red clay dust. The air gets thin and cold up here, away from the tallest street. No more shouting in the street, just the sound of my own feet. Lord, I'm sorry for the strain, but I'm better in the trees. Gravel biting at the rubber, heading where the pavement ends. Tracing every old mistake around these river bends. Way back home. Yeah, I'm finding what I lost somewhere in the red clay dust. Sun is sinking behind the ridge, the engine ticks and cools. Just a man in his heavy skin, playing by the mountain rules. Fading acoustic guitar, single kick drum beat ends on a low resonant chord. lost my boots in the back of the Ford. Tired of the noise and the city man's word. I'm cutting the leash and I'm hitting the black. Got a full tank of high grade, I ain't looking back. The engine is shaking the dust off the floor. I don't wanna hear about the rules no more. No more rules. I'm chasing the horizon where the pines grow tall, where a man can be nothing or he can have it all. Give me a tank of gas and a radio song, where the bass is heavy and the road is long. I'm leaving the heavy parts of me behind, with a steel string rhythm and a peaceful mind. Yeah, just a tank of gas and a radio song. Radio song. Pulled into a diner near the county line. The air smelled like rain and cheap turpentine. Saw a man in the booth with hands like mine, rough and scarred from a life on the grind. He looked up slow and gave me a nod. Two wandering souls under the eye of God. Two wandering souls under the eye of God. He didn't say a word and I didn't ask. We both know the miles are a hell of a task. A hell of a task. Give me a tank of gas and a radio song, where the bass is heavy and the road is long. I'm leaving the heavy parts of me behind, with a steel string rhythm and a peaceful mind. Yeah, just a tank of gas and a radio song. And the wind is a roar. I'm finding the man that I was before. No boss on my shoulder, no clock on the wall, just the sound of the tires and the night's long call. The night's long call. Give me a tank of gas and a radio song, where the bass is heavy and the road is long. I'm leaving the heavy parts of me behind, with a steel string rhythm and a peaceful mind. Yeah, just a tank of gas and a radio song. Just keep it rolling, rolling on, down the blacktop until the tank runs dry. Sitting on the hood of the old Silverado, watching the hawk circle the grain elevator. My brother's got a wrench and a bad attitude, telling me the city is a different kind of cage. Cramming my map into the glove box sideways. The steering wheel is hot from the afternoon sun. Everything is spinning like a rusted ceiling fan, but my boots are heavy with the red clay. Holding on, hey. We're the timber that won't ever snap. We're the flood the dam finally breaks and floor. Things are changing, but we're still the same blood. Yeah, we're the ones that couldn't bear deep enough. Dad's wearing that flannel with the frayed collar, the one he bought back in 1984. He says tradition is a way to stay upright when the bank man comes knocking with a clipper. I'm packing my life into a cardboard box, but I still know the sound of the gravel shut tight. Everything is spinning like a rusted ceiling fan, but my boots are heavy with the red clay. We're the timber that won't ever snap. We're the flood the dam finally breaks and floor. Things are changing, but we're still the same blood. Yeah, we're the ones that couldn't bear deep enough. The house feels small, but the yard is endless. Maybe my ambition is just a way to run, but I'm looking at my sister and she's smiling like we aren't leaving, we are just expanding. My boots are worn to the bone, 13 states in a rusted truck. Wind screams through the broken glass. Every mile is a scar I earned. The rain doesn't wash the dirt, it only makes the mud deeper. I took every lie you told to build a wall of heavy stone. The world wants a piece of me, but I won't give it an inch away. My heart is a drum in the dark, beating hard, beating loud. Lion, lion, that won't break. That fire you can't tame. Standing tall in the driving rain. Still my soul, still my soul. Only the truth remains. They said I'd lose my way, selling parts of me for cheap. But I kept my eyes on the line, where the sun cuts the black road. They want the skin but not the blood. They want the prize but not the flood. Love is a blade that stays sharp if you have the guts to hold it. The world wants a piece of me, but I won't give it an inch away. My heart is a drum in the dark, beating hard, beating loud. Lion, lion, that won't break. That fire you can't tame. Standing tall in the driving rain. Still my soul, still my soul. Only the truth remains. The road is long and it burns. The climb is steep and it hurts. But I won't bow my head. I'll take the heat instead. Take the heat. I'm coming home alive. I liked dirty bags of sand, left them by the door. We walked through the silt, boots are getting heavy. Nobody is leaving today. Nobody. Heard the sirens at noon. Watch the river recede, staring at the mark where the stairs used to be. Pull it out the mud. Pull it out the mud. Pull it out the mud. We are still here. Yeah, we are still here. Saw him at the pump, waved a grease-stained hand. Borrowed his old truck, drove it to the park. Tossing out the rugs, piled on the curb. Everything is wet, everything is gray. Heard the sirens at noon, watch the river recede, staring at the mark where the stairs used to be. Pull it out the mud. Pull it out the mud. it to dry, wait for it to break. Wait for it to break. Wait for it. Everything is loud. We had that old blue Ford with the dented door, parked it by the creek just to watch the water. Didn't buy the creek just to watch the water. Didn't have a nickel to our name back then, just a blanket and the radio playing loud. The days were long, but the years went fast. We traded the stars for a kitchen floor. I'd walk every mile of that gravel again, just to end up right here at your side. Right here at your side. Then came the babies and the overtime pay. I spent my life with grease on my hands. You kept the house and you kept your head while the world tried to tear us down. We lived on bread and the grace of God, building a life on a half-acre lot. The days were long, but the years went fast. Traded the stars for a kitchen floor. I'd walk every mile of that gravel again, just to end up right here at your side. Right here at your side. Joints get stiff when the winter comes. Your hair turn the color of a mountain mist. But I still see that girl in the cotton dress waiting for me on the porch. The days were long, but the years went fast. We traded the stars for a kitchen floor. I'd walk every mile of that gravel again, just to end up right here at your side. Right here at your side. Right here at your side. I left that heavy coat behind. It never did fit me right. The sleeves were too long, the wool felt like lead. It was a burden I chose to carry. I am stepping out of the dark into the morning air. Into the morning air. I finally found my way home, inside of my own skin. The weight has fallen away. I am the man I should be, safe and whole at last. My hands don't shake anymore when I look at the glass. I see a face I recognize, the one I left behind years ago. I am not a stranger today. I am stepping out of the dark into the morning air, into the morning air. I finally found my way home inside of my own skin. The weight has fallen away. I am the man I should be, safe and whole at last, safe and whole at last. It hurt to tear it all away. I thought I might break in two, but I am still standing here, stronger than the ghost I was, so much stronger now. I am finally home in this new skin, this new skin. You were more of a maybe than a man, a half-built house without a plan. I spent too much time being your anchor while you were just drifting away. I used to make myself feel small just to fit inside your world. Now I'm walking with a brand new beat, feeling the sun in the summer heat. I found a man who means what he says, better in 1,000 different ways. The answer to a question I stopped asking, he's the steady rhythm in my chest. He's the one, better than the rest. He doesn't care about a fancy engine or acting like he's the king of the street. He just wants to wake up by my side and listen to the house while we sleep. The way he looks at me feels like home, something I never knew on my own. Now I'm walking with a brand new beat, feeling the sun and the summer heat. I found a man who means what he says, better in 1,000 different ways. The answer to a question I stopped asking, he's the steady rhythm in my chest. He's the one, better than the rest. I used to settle for the crumbs, now I'm sitting at the table. It wasn't luck or some random wish, it was knowing that I'm finally able. Now I'm walking with a brand new beat, feeling the sun and the summer heat. I found a man who means what he says, better in 1,000 different ways. The answer to a question I stopped asking, he's the steady rhythm in my chest. He's the one, better than the rest. I'm finally trading up, so much better now. Yeah, he's the one. Fast, aggressive downstroke guitar chords, drums into with a rapid 1-2-1-2 snare beat. I'm standing at the station, I'm waiting for the train. I don't like my hometown, it's driving me insane. bought a cheap ticket, I'm going far away. Where do I belong? Where do I belong? Where do I belong? Where do I belong? I went across the ocean, I went across the sea. Nobody understands me, and I don't want to be me. The signs are all confusing, I'm looking for a place. Where do I belong? Where do I belong? Where do I belong? Where do I belong? I don't like it here, I don't like it there. I'm looking for a reason, I'm looking